Bitcoin is acting like an insane ex-girlfriend right now as CPI data shook the world. Lower than expectations, but Bitcoin choosing violence this morning. We also have a day of memorial for the victims of 9/11. Some very dark information I want to highlight in regards to that. And we're going to be taking a look at some bullish information for some of our most loved altcoins. We have some amazing guests joining us here today. Joining us for the first time on the blockchain basement, we have Jeffrey.
Hey
How
guys.
are you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me, sir. I'm going to be getting Jeff's thoughts on some pretty important information here. Kelly Kellum over here sitting next to me on the couch. Kelly, you've been riding the lightning on the charts. How you feeling about it, man? It's a little mixed signals right now.
You know what? I'm ready for the damn market to push higher, but I'm still being patient, taking some opportunities where it presents. I moved into some more render last night and a little bit more injective. But
Okay.
Bitcoin, I'm kind of hoping we get down to that 52, 54 range. I'm getting a little less confident that's going to happen. I think, hey, we got a big week next week.
It's true.
End of the month, I think we're going to start rising higher.
Well, and we're like getting near halfway through September, man. So, I'm pretty excited for the FOMC. Finally excited for an FOMC. This is the first one I've been excited about to check out the charts on, get some trades in beforehand. Isaac on the sticks.
Yes, sir. I'm rocking the glasses with you over here, Drew.
I liked it.
Doing
You're
great.
rocking the AVs. More clean shaven than
yeah.
average.
Than
you know?
average. Don't have the goatee. Don't got the mustache
I like
right
the
now.
look. I gotta say, I like the look.
Thank you.
It's very clean. Jeffrey Longneck, Jeff Longneck, and Sack Nasty. You're not banned on the
Hi,
basement
guys.
here. Damn it, Jeff! Shut up.
Okay.
Oh my God, unbelievable. So now what we have here, I got to get through the follow-ins, all of our partners here. Follow me at Druth Crypto. I'm almost to 2,800, so that's pretty cool. This is where I'm posting all my deep inner thoughts, and also I posted up my wins here. I'll be posting my losses, but I haven't had them here on 2-bit. I'm just absolutely making it rain here this morning. We printed a 25% trade. I did take profits on already. Got stopped out in profit on this bad boy at about 5% up. This damn scamwick that hit me while I was dropping the kids off. And here's my inner thoughts about how to actually save America. And Bitcoin really didn't like the performance of the debates last night, it looked like. So make sure you're following me on Twitter. And if you're following us on YouTube, watching on YouTube, and you want to support the Blockchain Basement, get in there on the trades with me. Use this referral code. It's 4HJ2EE. And click this link for 2-bit. It'll take you right there. And also, if you're feeling like going to get some trading teaching, some teachers that are in there full-time trading with our partner CoinW, you click this link right here, and it takes you to the sign-up spot for CoinW. Very simple process here. Just discard that little guy. And then
By the way, everybody, if you do get that, you could still use it. You just close it. It works.
Yeah, it still keeps moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm going where the getting's good here. They keep trying to shut down our inroads to crypto. Well, you know what? You can't stop me. So support the channel there. And also, if you're still buying crypto and then just letting it sit on an exchange, you're not doing this stuff right, folks. Use code BASE10. Get yourself a hardware wallet. Get it off the exchange. This is the power of not relying on damn banks to keep our value for us. And we actually have some pretty terrifying information and statistics coming about regarding some of the largest banks out there in the United States today on the show. So it's looking crazy. Elevator Man. Coming in hot. Starting the day off right with the 20 memberships gifted. Shout out to you, dude. And for all the new members, if you're in there, let's see. You can go to the Discord and utilize this link here, folks. And on the YouTube description, you go to the Discord, pull this screen up. You click this bad boy, and it'll take you to the sign-up page for our Discord. There you can join the OG membership conversation, get in on all the awesome shit that's happening there. But without further ado, we got to check out these markets. At first, we'll just take a quick glance at the market. This is the Bitcoin price. And as you can see, I've been having fun. So what we did here is I put in a little long here. I don't like trading through the night, so waited for some price, setup. And when I was dropping the babies off, I got this nasty scam wick, so I was stopped out in profit. But then watched this thing fall all the way down to about 55.6-ish is where I was able to get my new long in. took profits on that 25% move right there. And now we're sitting here. We ran into this volume node above this kind of short range POC. Kelly, are you still in the trade that you put in? Are you, because I'm kind of waiting to get back down to this POC. I mean, what are your thoughts here on a short term?
I had a super tight stop loss. I got stopped out in profit. But I think it's gonna do just like if you zoom out, take the picture off for a second. So you can see,
And let's go to the 30-minute here.
But you can see that big move to the downside and then a whipsaw right back up. I wouldn't be surprised to see it retrace back a little bit to one of those. That little node, that 50.
This
no, just above that.
Oh, this one you're looking for. Okay.
Yeah, because that also coincides with that other wick high.
Yeah.
That's right there. So,
and it kind of works with this trend line here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it does, it'll probably take us maybe till the end of the day to get there, unfortunately for me. But I'm kind of waiting for pain in the price short term to re-enter another trade. But if you're out there wanting to get some teaching about trading, CoinW link is an excellent one. And if you want to hop in there with me directly, I'm doing a lot of my trades currently on 2-bit, but I also will start trading on CoinW as well. And I'm feeling feisty about it. It's kind of the season for me to get back into trading. Through all this chop, I feel like at large, you guys, this is just me shooting from the hip, but I'll pull up the daily here and tell you what my thought process on this is. Essentially, what I see is this massive scam wick right here. We fell down to 49.48.8, and then we put in a higher low on the last little scam wick right here at about 52.5. I feel like we're starting to dig our way out of this descending channel. I know there's Kelly. Give me your thoughts on this, because you were talking about confirmation levels of once we breach a certain point in price, you can feel more convicted that we're actually going to get out of this damn descending channel.
It's a $65,000 mark because we have a higher low where we're at right now, but right there, that's because we have a higher low from the low just before that. But then you have that high. We come down. We have a higher low. You need to have a higher high to confirm that that was the low. So where we're sitting right now, it's kind of like in this no man's land. I think there's a lot of hesitation right now until everybody not only get the Fed rate cuts, but also there's debate. Does the Fed rate cuts mean that the market's actually going to break down like some people claim it's going to happen? Because that's what always happens. But if you actually look at the data, it's about 50-50. So I think everybody's kind of just waiting, and they're also waiting to see if there's going to be any sort of uptick in global liquidity, because we're starting to see signs that we are about to have some absolute carnage for the bears here in the near future, but there is still potential for a lower low from where we're at now.
Well, yeah, and the global liquidity we've been tracking, it's been going up, but also, you know, China's been QEing, you know, and so I feel like the global liquidity, I don't feel like it's in America. Like, I feel like it's China pumping up and trying to keep their real estate bubble afloat, and that thing is popping big time. It's
the M2 money supply is not past its previous all-time high. The global money supply is, and that's because you're taking into account the PBOC, which is People's Bank of China, then also the Japan, and then also Bank of Japan, and then also the EOC, which is the European Central. What is it? European
the
Central
ECB?
Bank. ECB. That's
Christine Lagarde.
Yeah. But you know, we pay $3 billion a day right now in interest on the debt we currently have.
What could go wrong?
There's nothing that they can do other than printing more money, unless the politicians were so honorable that they would realize that they need to pull things back, and us as a populace needs to realize we need to curtail some things. But if they did that, they would never get voted into office again. So that's not going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen is printing more.
Well, and you know, today is September 11th, and there were many American lives lost on this day in 2001, but something extremely important happened a day earlier on September 10th of 2001. This is Donald Rumsfeld talking about the Pentagon and them losing $2.3 trillion. Let's have a listen.
To adapt. And the fact that they can fail and die is what provides the incentive to survive. But governments can't die. So we need to find other incentives for bureaucracy to adapt and improve. The technology revolution has transformed organizations across the private sector. But not ours, not fully, not yet. We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old, According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. We cannot share information from floor to floor in this building because it's stored on dozens of different technological systems that are inaccessible or incompatible.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Well, I'm going to do just that for everyone right now. Okay, so we got Donald Rumsfeld talking about, hey, we need to improve our technology at the Pentagon because we lost $2.3 trillion, which was a lot of money. Okay, it's a lot of money now. It was a shitload of money back in 2001. Now we look at what document was rolled out 1 month later that was in process during this speech. This is rolled out of the Manhattan office of Goldman Sachs. This is the plan for BRICS. This is one of the first documented rollouts of what BRICS would look like. BRICS being Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. All right, so we're going to take a look at here in 2001, 2002, real GDP growth in large emerging market economies will exceed that of the G7. At the end of 2020, GDP in US dollars on a PPP basis in Brazil, Russia, India, China was about 23% of world GDP. On a current GDP basis, BRICS share of the world is 8%. So I just called out the collapse of that system that Goldman Sachs was so bullish on back in 2001. But guess what? The whole idea of this document that was rolled out by Goldman Sachs was all based on a change in world trade. Okay, so then you put the two and two together. 1 month before, we lose 3 World Trade Centers. And then a month later, out of that same city, Goldman Sachs rolls out this little plan for BRICS to compete with the US dollar, to dethrone the G7 and become the new world hegemony, right? Looks like they failed and didn't go so well for them for some reason. Why is Laserface saying he's blocked from YouTube chat? What is going on here? Is people blocking my homies? I don't think Laserface is blocked. I see you up there, bro. No, I would never let them block you, bro. So now I just wanted to give us some context of the fact that we decided to spend 2.5 decades talking about the Middle East and these mysterious weapons of mass destruction, one of the longest wars that America has ever seen, a day after the freaking Pentagon admits to losing $2.3 trillion. And guess what? They failed 6 audits after that. They haven't passed an audit since because the conversation has all been about war and conquest ever since then. And then they get to roll out the Patriot Act to take away all of our constitutional rights at the same time under the guise of something called the Patriot Act. Absolutely incredible. And you know what? I'm not going to keep ranting about it because I definitely will get banned. And this is why we need to build the basement channel separate from the blockchain basement.
There is. I see Nicole Tater says it won't let you post. I just tried to post. It said error. Is it because we're talking about real facts?
Dude, what? It's blocking you even too?
Yeah, it says error.
What is going on with that? That's super whack. God. Fighting the good fight on
Error
YouTube
sending message. This is nonsense.
Dude.
Talking about things that need to be uncovered. I hope we're coming to a world, a period of transparency with the new administration where I don't care how much it hurts. Some people are probably going to die from it, and that's okay. It's the errors that we've had. The Fed, which is the most terroristic organization in the world, they're the ones that control the CIA and I mean, so much different there. I mean, I'm so fucking tired of all this goddamn nonsense.
It's probably not us. Look, this is Jason Casper's chat is down too. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
I'm still
that
tired
at least
of all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's aggravating.
Why do we have to be worried about
aggravating.
what we're talking about on YouTube when the news channels are saying the same damn thing?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to cover the news stuff, and I'm going to cover it in a way that's as unbiased as I can. All right, I will promise you that. But man, it is just such a mess out there. Now we're going to cover Bitcoin. I'm going to go back to Bitcoin because we did see some pretty important stuff today. The majority of outflows, this is from Rational Root, great account. Majority of outflows over the past 2 weeks came from Fidelity and ARC21 shares. We bounced off of their cost basis, and Bitcoin is currently sitting right at the overall ETF cost basis. Great. Okay, the blood has stopped. Now we see this from Root. After nearly 2 weeks of ETF outflows, we are finally back in the green. for Bitcoin ETFs. This is really good to see. Obviously, BlackRock didn't sell any and was buying in the dark market, apparently, and not using Bitcoin's network to settle the transactions to let this price keep falling off of a cliff. I'll go to the daily time frame. That's just insane to think that BlackRock was buying all the way through this time frame off the books.
Isaac, pay attention.
Off the books. What was he looking at?
I'm texting the people who are asking about the chat.
Oh, go. I mean, he's dealing with the tech stuff, understandable. Yeah. But just think about that. BlackRock settling Bitcoin transactions completely off chain all the way through this time frame, letting all of the other ETFs run for the hills. And even, obviously retail, got scared shitless during this time frame. They thought that the all-time high was in, and we're just down and to the right from now. They've been settling their buys of Bitcoin ETFs off-chain. This is absolutely insane to think about. And honestly, one of the biggest psyops we've seen in crypto yet. So now the FBI warning of a North Korean hacker group targeting Bitcoin ETFs with billions of Bitcoin and Ethereum held by custodians. Could this be the next big threat to crypto investors? I wonder if it's a Lazarus group. Let's see here. Democratic Republic People of Korea, aka North Korea, is conducting a highly tailored, difficult to detect social engineering campaign against employees of DeFi and similar businesses to employ malware and steal company crypto. This is pretty much par for the course. And I did have another member reach out to me last night. If you guys have scammy messages come to you, do message me. I will message you back and let you know if I think it's a scam. What you got?
I remember last year I got $30,000 taken out of my Coinbase account from a social engineering deal. So it's not far-fetched, no matter how secure you think you are. I'm going to tell you right now, if you get a call from Coinbase, I don't care how legit it's not legit. 100% not legit. They will not call you. You may get an email, and every time you get an email, even you need to practice the security measure of looking at the email, not just it says Coinbase. Right click on it and look at more info and see if it is from @coinbase.com, because a lot of times they can make the moniker show up to where you think you're getting it from CoinW, Coinbase, MetaMask. Your MetaMask has been hacked. You need to no, all that is nonsense. It is going to wreck you. And if you have an issue, then you do not respond to that. You go to that company or that exchange or whatever it is, that service provider's information on their website and call them direct to their customer service. That's how you clarify. And they'll be like, no, we weren't trying to contact you.
Yeah, it's just don't hot react to a link or a email that gets sent to you. Call the source that you know is the accurate number to the source of the exchange you utilize. Make direct contact yourself to verify these things, because it's going to get worse. As the bull market really heats up, you're going to have more and more scammers and social engineering hacks attempted. Please practice due diligence. Get your crypto off it. Get it in a cold storage wallet, you guys. This is a very, very key point of making it in this bull market. Now, we all said this. This is the inflation data breaking today, falling to 2.5%, lower than expectations. Honestly, didn't do much. Oh, man, look at Bitcoin still going. You wild bird, you. We got to look at this. Hold on. This is moving outside of the range. Oh, God, it's about to break this high. I might have to start snooping around the next volume node if it doesn't come down here. Look at this. This is ridiculous, right? What a whipsaw. I've been glad that I've been winning, but I really want to continue practicing my due diligence. And really what I utilize, you guys, just so you know, is the RSI, the MACD, and the visible volume profile range, those three indicators. And when I use the visible volume profile for basically my target entry points or exit points. And I utilize the signals to get into those positions by seeing a MACD that is already nice and down in the red and or showing a bullish divergence, and a RSI that is cooked and low. I don't like getting into trades when the RSI is high like this. So I'm going to practice patience and fortitude, wait for this thing to come back down before I do enter another position, because I don't want to ruin something good. I want to keep the wins going here. Now, this is more data on the inflation stuff. Goods deflation is the biggest in 20 years. This is goods versus services CPI. Services is in the green. We see the goods cost in the red. Now, the goods jackknifed. The services came up shortly after that, but both of them are showing a little bit of sign of deflation, so that's good. But then we see this. Shelter inflation just posted its first annual increase since March of 2023. just in time for the rate cuts. Here's a little uptick on the rental and shelter inflation rates. And it's not going to get any easier out there, folks. Everyone's sitting here poking the real estate market, waiting for this big collapse. I don't know how long you guys are going to be waiting, honestly, you guys. It's a very, very systemically important market. And that's how I can say it. Shout out to you, Elevator Man, for dropping another 10 membies. All the new membies, make sure you're joining the Discord. What a G, man. You're bringing, and you know what? He's inspired me to blow up graphs. I'm going to be blowing up some graphs here. You've inspired me, Elevator Man. Now we have this from the banking sector, folks. This ain't great. JP Morgan down because their CEO or COO, Daniel Pinto, said 2025 net interest income estimates are too damn high. It's a guide down if JPM has this problem. They all do. This didn't look so great across the board here for many, many banks. Ally warned of consumer defaults. JPM warning of a recession. GS Bank is heavily leveraged on the wrong side of the yen carry trade, and NVIDIA, not great. And they all were posting up massive, massive losses yesterday. A lot of them trying to resurge, honestly, you guys. But yeah, it is. This is not a good signal for banks across the board.
It's just more impetus for them to have to print.
It is. It is indeed. And it looks like our chat is back up and alive. So that is awesome to see. Absolutely love it. It's working now, you guys. Thanks for keeping the chat active so I can see it's back online there. And also we have this. This is the real reason why the Fed has no reason but to pivot to a degree. This is from Global Markets Investor, highlighting one of my favorite graphs, the U.S. banks' unrealized losses hitting $512 billion in Q2 2024. This is a stark reminder. So this little dip right here, dippity dip, was the housing collapse, right? 2008 to 2012. This is the real Kickstarter of that collapse right there on the unrealized losses and held to maturity securities losses.
And remember, that brought a global recession.
Yes, this little dip right there.
That node.
Yeah.
Let alone we got the iceberg over here we're steering through.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not going to be an issue.
No issue, right? And they're going to act like hawks through this situation, get real. They just have to pull back the interest rates in a way that doesn't terrify the markets. I can't remember who said it best. I think it was T. Shroom. But it's like if the Federal Reserve came in and had to do a many would call an emergency cut at 50 base points, that's like dad coming home drunk and angry. And the whole family would be scared shitless if that does happen. And I don't recommend any fathers do that to your kids because you will traumatize them. Now, if they have to pull back by 25 base points and they start talking about it, people are in the know about it, then there you go. That's more of a smooth kind of back up into the bushes type Homer Simpson move that I see as much more logical to see coming out of the Federal Reserve. They don't want to admit how broken the system is, and the system is intrinsically broken. Look at this graph one more time just to drive the fact home, you guys. This is absolutely insane, okay, to see this level of losses. And look what happened right before flu season. We had a dip worse than the housing crisis. Okay, we need to print to the moon, lock everyone in their houses. Oh, God, we really broke the system with that move, didn't we? So there we are. Absolute insanity what we're living through right now. And I hope that y'all have the nuts to hodl through this next season into 2025 because things are not done being spicy. We have a lot of volatility for traditional finance and crypto to be had still, folks. We also have this, Lynn Alden. One of the most stark visuals of the U.S. demographics is the Social Security Administration projection for when their reserves will run out in 2035 compared to where they are now. It'll go down faster than up, according to the administration itself. This is a Social Security trust in millions, and it does look like we have a problem here, folks. It's rolling over. The system, if you compound all of these data points, is not looking so strong and resilient as the Yellen felon said to us about a year ago. And now I have to ask a serious question. Jeffrey, what the hell happened here, Jeff? Please explain what went wrong to the demise of Toys R Us. This is the place where I used to go as a child and find cheap toys to play with, and they were super cool. And I had a section where they had the best tech decks in the entire world. Jeffrey, please explain yourself.
So basically, guys,
we collapsed. I'm just glad I got out of there and got my new home at the blockchain basement. But
Son of a bitch.
yeah, that's right. I am a son of a bitch. I'm not a Toys R Us. I'm no longer a kid. I'm a big kid now.
Oh my God.
But you know what really brought them down?
Well, it was the Amazon.
No.
What was your thoughts on it? I thought it was just brick and mortar dying.
No. What brought Toys R Us down is the fact that they had a huge amount of real estate. And so what happened is just like GameStop, you thought GameStop was just a meme thing or AMC was just a meme thing. No, that was retail rising up and saying, we're tired of you trying to squeeze businesses so that you could force them to collapse so that you could take their assets. That is what the genesis of GameStop was, and that's the same thing because it happened to Toys R Us as well. They basically got squeezed where, hedge funds were squeezing them on shorts that basically made them collapse, and then they had to sell their real estate.
Yeah, and I don't think they innovated into the internet well enough to fight back against that either, because they could have turned those massive stores into like shipping locations and been more aggressive on the low cost to ship goods. Because that death, I agree with a lot of people, and I agree with you though, because they had tons of real estate. It was underwater at a point, and they got drug under, but they didn't innovate into the next way that goods were purchased and sent around the country. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a twofold problem. Jeffrey, you got any famous last words here? I mean, unbelievable. I feel like knocking you out right now. Jeff, go ahead.
First off, why do you want to knock me out?
Because you took my memory of my childhood and just squashed it on commercial real estate.
Don't blame me. Blame Toys R Us. Real estate.
He forgot to sing the song. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us. He grew up.
You're taking me back. That was when Little Caesars was decent, and it was inside of Targets or something like that.
Little Caesars was so good. I don't know what happened with their ingredients. Maybe my palate just changed. But
no, it used to be pizza. I remember seeing them make the dough at the Target Little Caesars. What happened to Jeffrey? I'm so disappointed.
Pizza.
Oh my God. Okay, moving on. Now we have this, and this is something I posted. We don't despise the Federal Reserve enough, folks. Averages are tricky. The average income in the United States.
When I saw this that you posted, this blew my mind.
It makes you sick, doesn't it?
Dude, everybody pay attention. If you don't understand it, ask questions, go through it.
The average income in the United States is $74,000. Okay, excluding the top 10 Americans.
Top 10, not top 10%.
Not 10%, just 10 people. It's only $65,000 average. If you exclude the top 50 people, it drops down to $48,000 average per American citizen. And if you decide to exclude the top 1,000 of money holders in the United States, the average income for an American citizen drops to just $35,000 in today's market with the inflation where it's at right now. This is why we have a systemic problem in this country, not let alone the fact that we've let the Federal Reserve just run amok and print us into oblivion over the past 4 years, but also the consolidation of power. And that consolidation of power has been quickened and expanded its power over the last 4 years through flu season. So the people that are already at the bottom are being pushed into the earth's crust right now. And that is why, part of the reason why I feel so damn adamant about waking up every single day and finding the best crypto products to get in, finding the best avenues to outpace inflation. And honestly, I feel like it's the season for me to start trading again. So I'm going to be heavy on the charts, looking for trades every single day, because the time for ripe crypto fields is upon us, and I'm going to be taking advantage of it. And with that said, let's roll the mid-roll. The Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage where you can easily secure, buy, swap, send, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication to make sure to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure to support the channel. Use code BASE10 and click the link down in the description to get your hands on your security today. All right, there we go. Back, and you know what? No more tomfoolery on the damn. We're not. This is a serious crypto show now. You know what I mean? Like, we're taking this shit serious.
What does Jeff think about that?
Jeff, thoughts?
We gotta keep it serious. We gotta keep it based. We gotta keep it blockchain. No more hot mics. Fuck the
I
hot
need
mics.
Jeff like on the show with me every single day. Like for real, man. This is amazing. Now, last night's debate, I do got to touch on the debate, you guys. You know, we had Polymarket users betting 1.2 million bucks on Kamala after the debate. Polymarket addressed Paragon received funds originating from QCP Capital, purchased over 600,000 of each of the Trump number and Trump no and Kamala yes bids. They stand to win over 2.6 million bucks if Kamala wins the election. And a lot of people asking questions about the the earrings too. I think we got to watch this video.
Yeah, just you guys let us know if this looks familiar. We're not saying anything. Let's just take a look at this this advertisement.
And shout out to Green Day, man. I see that you dropping Membies. You're just lifting my heart up here, you guys. Absolutely wonderful. Let's have a listen.
Elegant, smart ear. High quality audio.
Oh, yeah.
Accessories. Elegant. Connect without disconnecting, even if you're on stage.
Yeah, I got to turn the audio off. And we're probably going to have to clip this section out now anyways because I played the damn audio. But I recognize these earrings from somewhere. They look awfully familiar. And these are earrings where you can actually have someone talking to you in your ear, but it's not in your ear, it's on your ear. It's an earphone earpiece. Absolutely wonderful. Really fantastic. And, you know, we had some hard questions get asked last night, especially this one. We're definitely demonetized for playing this, but here we go because you know what? Here on the Blockchain Basement, we full send.
This business about taking everyone's guns away, Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
I support buybacks, and it's something I'm so passionate about and so looking forward to being president to address. We've got to deal with this.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory.
Stop with the continuous lying about.
That's the debate right there.
What is it? You know?
That's the debate. Her debating with herself since she doesn't have a position.
It's so insane. And the gaslighting, it got me to a point where I couldn't stop cursing at the television. And I'm very thankful that I was not live streaming that and recording it because, man, I said some shit.
Hey, Drew, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How did you like the portion of the debate when they were talking about policy?
There was no policy talk. Like, there was nothing. It was all like name calling, 3-on-1 battle. I mean, Bad Fox had a great post that I think kind of encompasses everything. It was 3 against 1 with 2. This looks like Kamala times 2. And then some angry, awful married man, an affluent female white liberal is probably his wife. They were all teaming up on Trump, the deranged orange one, trying to take at him. But you know what? Another thing that aggravated me about this whole situation is that I feel like a lot of people are looking at Trump like he's the savior. You know who is the savior of this country? Look in the mirror. You at home can be the savior of this country. And really, us, we are the people that this country need to have lifted back up from the trenches it's in right now, you guys. We have power in the people. It's up to us to acknowledge the power that we do have, or just lay asleep in the bed that these nefarious state of the deep actors have made for us. And hopefully we don't make noise when we're finally pushed into the center of the planet. We are already in the Earth's crust, it feels like, monetarily. Just an absolute disgrace that debate was. It was completely one-sided, bias, and I really despised wasting my time watching it because it was a lot of lies doubled down by mainstream media who literally are bought out by Jorge Oros. So, you know, how much of it is really useful? It's up to me and you guys. And if we want to make the food system better, make your own food. Stop buying the food from Walmart. Stop paying Walmart for useless Chinese goods that break in a month. Stop wasting your money on this bullshit and start putting your money into your local community. Go pay a farmer for his meat. Stop buying it from these gigantic chains, you guys. It's just absolutely insane. I need to hit up Manawak. I got a text from Manawak. He killed a hog. He's willing to sell some to me. So I definitely need to pick up some of that hog. But
on top of all that, I'd mentioned this. I kind of went on a rant, full curse laced everything on BitLab Academy today because I'm so fed up with this that We need, as you just said, it's all of us. It's you, it's me, it's your mother. Yeah, I talked about your mother. It's your father, it's your cousin, it's your brother. It's when you're walking down the street. How many of us throw trash in the backyard when you're at your mother's house having a barbecue? None
Right.
of you. How many of you throw trash on the ground or ask somebody else not to throw trash on the ground when you're outside at a park or a festival and you look down and there's cups and trash everywhere? We need to stop being such damn trashy people while still casting judgments on other people. We can ask people to pick it up or walk up in front of them as they drop it and throw it away and just look them in the eyes like, you son of a bitch.
Hold on, I'm speaking. Okay, I'm speaking. That was amazing. When
I
I
love it.
saw that moment, that was good. Trump totally did the reverse Uno card on her. And now a good litmus test for how to start. If you're far away from this thought process of how to take control or just do right when no one's looking, put the cart back at the damn grocery store. Okay. The worst thing I see, this isn't the worst, but this is one of the most common, is people leaving grocery carts out in the middle of a parking lot. And then, you know, you have it roll into someone's vehicle, some poor person that's just trying to park and get some freaking food for their family, and they get hit and have to pay an insurance deductible because you were too lazy to put the cart back in the area where the carts go.
How you
Please.
do one thing is how you do everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with that. Now, this is from Ian Carroll. He was a former liberal. Everyone already voting Democrat just watched Kamala eviscerate Trump. Everyone voting Trump just watched a 3-on-1 with no regard for facts. State of play has not changed. Kamala is still the establishment pick, backed by the entire neocon establishment, and Trump is still the outsider, backed by everyone willing to stand up to an empire. All I could think the whole time was, damn, I wish Bobby, RFK Jr., was on that stage. And I feel exactly the same. Like, if it was RFK versus Trump,
That should be the next moderator since he's not in
Dude.
the race because he's going to call out both sides. Have RFK moderate the next debate.
no, they'll never let that happen. You know what should have happened is him being the Democrat pick. And then I
Yeah.
could sleep all right at night knowing that one option isn't going to hyperdrive us into a death spiral and hyperinflation. And Trump's got a huge thing to fix. If he does get this position as the reigning champion, the president of the 47th spot of the United States, he has got a lot of work to do to dig us out of this disaster that we are in. And it's all related to those God mode leveraged money positions from these banks. I showed you guys why the Fed's got to act weak in September. They're going to act weak. I've said this all year long, and I'm still correct about it. And now, if we do have a selection that is fair, which I freaking doubt at this point, honestly, I'm very doubtful. But if we do, by any stretch of the imagination, he has got a lot of work to do. So Godspeed if he does get that position, man. We are up against a monster right now. And this from Melania was posted, and I am going to play this. We're leaving the stream demonetized today, Isaac, okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
The attempt to end my husband's life was a horrible, distressing experience. Now, the silence around it feels heavy. I can't help but wonder, why didn't law enforcement officials arrest the shooter before the speech? There is definitely more to this story, and we need to uncover the truth.
Isn't that something? A shot taken at a former president and current elected, he's in the election. He's a current president-elect option. Getting shot in the head. He, by millimeters, had his head explode in 4K in front of God and country. And we've already moved on. We're already fine with that. No big deal. We're already psyoped in the idea that, maybe the Secret Service forgot about that rooftop 150 yards out. Get real. That is absolute insanity to accept that as a narrative.
I don't forget about rooftops when I'm playing Call of Duty.
Right. I mean, if you're playing Call of Duty, you see the rooftop. And then the Secret Service lead comes out. It was a real slopey roof, It was a safety concern. That's why we weren't on there. Yet the guy that took the shot eventually at this shooter was on like a 20-degree slope or something like that. And the slope that they supposedly didn't want to go on was a 12-degree. It's so insane that people at large have just accepted this conversation as reality. And my God, I really hope that we wake up soon, you guys. We are coming to a very, very, very contentious cataclysm here. Now, we also had this. Lawmakers clashing over DeFi in the first congressional hearing today. The historic event, U.S. lawmakers engaged in a heated debate during the first ever congressional hearing on DeFi. On their second day back from recess, members of the House Financial Service Committee met with the industry experts to discuss the future of digital assets and blockchain tech. The subcommittee on digital assets and fintech here organized a session titled Decoding DeFi, Breaking Down the Future of DeFi. Subcommittee Chair French Hill, Republican from Arkansas, emphasized that the purpose of the hearing was to explore emerging topics in finance, including tokenization and the role of blockchains. Now on this, they're bringing the conversation to the forefront because, in my opinion, and tell me if you think there's something else, but I feel like Larry Fink has given them the signal, yes, I am going to be tokenizing items of the real world on blockchain. We've heard him say it many times. Do you think that conversation from BlackRock is what spurred this conversation on the Hill, Kelly?
I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's become such a part of the zeitgeist and conversation geopolitically that I think honestly what's going to happen is once the House and Congress realizes that this is actually a national security threat, if we do not at least keep up, at least have empowerment or regulation in some capacity for us to keep up with how fast this industry is going, very quickly we're going to be saying, can we catch up? But the infrastructure is already produced in another country, and growth on that's going to be so large that we'll always be left, holding the bag, or actually left not holding the bag because we're so far behind. So I don't know. I just don't understand the general Democrat sort of opposition to technological advances. I saw the next line down there that was highlighted.
Brad Sherman.
Yeah,
let's check it out.
Pull that up because the concerns are just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not all lawmakers shared Hill's enthusiasm for DeFi. Some Democrats voiced concerns with Representative Brad Sherman, a Democrat out of California, questioning whether DeFi serves any purpose beyond aiding tax evasion. They're trying to minimize this entire sector.
Don't they understand how blockchain works? It's all transparent.
Yeah.
You can have it immediately plugged into where you don't even have to have a CPA to do taxes because it's all automatic.
Like they could plug and play the system and not really, they don't need those 87,000 agents. If they would use the system as it's built, the 87,000 agents, DZ brought it just as I think this morning, they are meant for people like me and you watching. They're not meant to organize the taxes and come after these big corporations for their tax schemes that they're doing. No.
For $601 transactions.
Yes.
And not for I think we have 14 million millionaires. No, that's not what this is for. This is for squeezing money out of the little guys.
And blocking us out of the escape route from this hyperinflationary death spiral. I feel like it's so nefarious. I feel like, and maybe I'm just jaded, but honestly, I grew up in the generation that watched the Twin Towers fall. Then I went to mechanical engineering and realized, holy shit, steel beams melt at a much different temperature, not to mention the structure of those buildings. And it really makes me question quite a bit, you guys. So apologies if I ruffle feathers, but I just got to do it. Now we have this from Cointelegraph. Indonesian crypto exchange IndoDAX goes offline after a $22 million hack. Exchange is investigating. Services have been suspended. This is another reason to get your crypto off of exchanges. I cannot say it enough. A whole bunch, 25 Bitcoin was lost with the value of the Seaman Cup right there. Do I have it positioned correctly? Hold on.
You do.
All right, good. 25 Bitcoin worth 1.4 mil. We had quite a bit of Tron up in there. What is all this? Ethereum. Oh, geez. A bunch of Ethereum tokens. Man, they lost. And that's not, I mean, God, I feel like a link whale now looking at this link amount. Polygon here with the What a terrible name change. Honestly, I mean, I get it. Polygon shouldn't be Matic. It's Paul, but it's still weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. What are your thoughts on the Polygon name change? Does it bother you?
Matic is what it's supposed to be. Is what it should be. It's Paul is the stupidest thing ever. I can't imagine this is going to be a good on the marketing side. It's just stupid as shit to me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm feeling spicy today because I'm just fed up with our.
I get you riled up, don't I? You know, I feel good about it too because that's my job is to rile people up, to shake them by the shoulders, scream in that face. Because, you know, honestly, how psyoped can we possibly get before people realize, hey, they're trying to literally impoverish me to the level where I can't feed my kids anymore. And I don't want this nation to see that level because we are, by and large, the most armed nation on the planet, and things will get very ugly from there. Now, again, more stuff talking about BlackRock. Tether recorded more profit than BlackRock in 2023. Tether posted $6.2 billion in profits last year, surpassing BlackRock's $5.5 billion. I think BlackRock's going to probably surpass them in 2025 with these Bitcoin holdings, though. Just a wild hunch I got. And also, you know, something to think about is BlackRock and Tether. I mean, Tether is the 4th largest holder of U.S. Treasuries at this point. So this little dance that they're doing on the Hill where, you know, DeFi is a threat and crypto is dangerous to the economy and they're using it as tax evasion methods. They're using that just as a talking point to keep the average person away from the only asset that can outpace inflation, which in my opinion is crypto. They are scaring the masses away so that they are locked in and watching the ice melt through their fingers slowly in fiat currency. It feels that way to me, and that is, of course, my own opinion. But you know what? I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in 36 years. You know what? I'm 36 years. I'm almost 40 years old. I realized how I'm getting old. Yes, I'm 36.
Damn, I didn't realize. You better start respecting your elder son. I'm 40.
Are you 40?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right then, old man. Well, you know what? Unbelievable. We're getting old, folks. My knees are still good, but I definitely got to hit. We're going to be doing deadlifts today. It's going to be great. Now this from Aerodrome, surpassing $10 billion in trading volume in August. 66x increase since January. Here's a Aerodrome.
That's 66 more use case than, what did it say, January? And remember, the price went up to like 239 or something, and it is sitting in the, what, 50s, 60s right now?
Yeah, it's a steal right now. Let's go to the chart. And there's a little reason why. We got this story. I'll show the chart just here in a minute, but there's a reason why base profits are down 90% despite an 80% surge in transactions. Dig in a little bit deeper here. The ETH Layer 2 is setting new records for transaction counts and unique active addresses every other day, recording over 4 million transactions per day and more than 1 million unique addresses right now. Both these metrics can easily be boosted by Sybil bots and whatnot, but in any case, the volumes on base dexes, Aerodrome, and Uniswap are holding steady, while some others across the blockchains are actually falling right now. And really, we're in kind of the doldrums where retail's asleep. I know the search for crypto is in the gutter. And, you know, shout out to everyone that's with me every day looking at the best projects while the average normies are asleep at the wheel. They're not going to be able to catch this thing. They're going to be hitting you up. How'd you get so lucky when Bitcoin's over $100,000? And you're going to say, what? I watched the blockchain basement. That's how. And by the time the bear market comes out, we're going to have a channel called The Basement where we're using tannerite and long-range rifles to send it. So it's going to be huge. Let's go to Aerodrome. Check out the price on it. 55 cents. I'm loving seeing this in the 50-cent range. Still feel like, because I'm pretty excited. My wife is starting another job, and I'm going to have even more dry powder to build the bags up huge. And Aerodrome, I have a good bag of it, but I want it to turn into a 5% of my portfolio play, a bigger play than it is right now. So Aerodrome's looking juicy, but look what's starting to take off. Drift. Isaac?
Yes, sir.
You know, you want to take your victory lap again on the daily?
Of
Look
course.
at this. 12%. Up 12% on the day. Are you feeling like you're going to buy more of this thing? I mean, you've already doubled your bag.
Yes.
This is a great play in the last, what is this, a month's time frame?
$30 million. Wait, that's volume. What's the market cap?
Market cap, 121 mil. 121 mil. And this thing just rolled out the prediction markets yesterday, right in time for the debate.
Which I predicted.
Which you predicted. You're just crushing it on this thing. But how high are you feeling like this thing will go before you decide to take profits? You're already at a 2x. Yeah. How many X's are you looking for out of this thing?
I'm looking for possible 15, 20X.
Okay.
Possible 15,
okay.
20X.
Possible 15 or 20X. Let's just do some back of the napkin math here. We're at 225 million tokens out right now. billion tokens total. We have $121 million market cap. Let's go over to the old Moon Math site. Oh, are we rolling over yet? Come on, roll over for me. Come on back down to daddy. That's what I'm looking for. And we might actually have to enter this thing around 57K. Let's go to Coin Perspective. Where'd that go? Here. I got it right here. Okay. So we got Drift. And this is how we do Moon Math on the fly, folks. For anyone that doesn't use this yet, this is Coin Perspective. And we got the market cap. It's going to be cooked out. Do you know the circulating supply that will be? What's the inflation rate on this thing?
No.
You can look at it real quick, maybe, if you want. Or
I mean,
I know it hasn't been much yet.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look bad at all over here on CoinMarketCap. Inflation wise, it's
yeah.
pretty,
We need
pretty
to know
strong.
the token
I mean,
unlock.
you're looking at
schedule.
you're looking at the market cap.
Yeah.
Token
I'm just
unlocks.
gonna be
They haven't
generous.
come up with.
I'm going to be generous on this thing, Isaac. I'm going to cook it up by half,
Yeah,
just to
that's fair.
overshoot. Okay. And then let's just say we hit, so at 121 mil, let's say we hit, this is a big mover, right around a billion. Let's see what a Billy would do. That would be a 4x. So if it hits $1 billion market cap, it hits a 4x. Honestly, with this thing, I think it's got the legs to hit 10. Let's see what 10 would look like. 44x. I think if this thing hits $10 billion, it's a 44x. This is it's on Solana. Solana is a turning into kind of like the golden child of this bull market. Dex's a hot squeeze.
Yeah.
Prediction market's a hot squeeze.
And,
What do you think?
and Laserface says if it's just Trust Wallet, count me out. Where can they buy it? Well, Laserface, let me ask before we say it, everybody in chat, how do you find out where to buy tokens? Type it in before we say it. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. If you don't have an answer, you need to do a little bit more research before you're really actively trading in this market, because if you don't know how to find where to buy the assets you're trading, you've done no diligence at all.
Yeah.
So what you do is you go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and then you go type in the token, say Drift, and you can show them right now.
Yeah, well, hold on. I'm checking something real quick because I want to use one of my
So you go to
favies.
CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko.
All right,
then
we're
when
going.
You scroll down, you click on Markets, and it shows you every single place that you can buy it and the pairs that it's there. Look at that, Coinbase. You
It's
can
all over
buy
the
it on
place.
Coinbase, Kraken, Bybit, Gate.io, KuCoin, all these different exchanges, Crypto.com. So it's fairly plugged in. I want you all to realize when a coin gets listed on something even like CoinW or MEXC, which sure they have a lot of users, but they're not in the top 10 in terms of the size of how much volume and user base they have. Even those smaller ones, token projects have to spend anywhere from $15,000 to $100,000 just to get listed on there, because you don't just list a token. You also have to have money that creates a liquidity pool so that there can be trading pairs. So when something's listed on Coinbase,
That means there's action there.
there's some connection deeply with the market, and there's also money behind that project that can support it being there.
Yeah.
So if it's on Coinbase, it's a lot more accessible, especially everybody in the US. But it also means that there's probably some pretty big money behind that project.
Dude, and this, this is a great day for basement picks here in general. We go to the top winners of the day. Look at this shit. ICP, up by 6.17% on the day, 15% on the week. Fantastic. Injective up here at it's not bleeding, thank God. It's up by 2%.
Hey, I bought some last night.
You bought some Injective?
Yep.
All right. What made you buy Injective?
I looked at my portfolio and I didn't have enough, and it was down from where I bought it.
Okay.
It was that simple. So I have a position portfolio that I cover on the BitLab Academy and in the BitLab Academy Discord. But I trade, but I have a position portfolio that the only thing I'm doing in it is I'm finding positions to buy, to hold, to take profits sometime next year. So I've been doing this to show people that are newcomers. They're like, I don't know how to find the perfect pattern to buy. No, you can also look generally at the landscape of what's happening and figure out where to strategically add positions that you're willing to hold. Even if they drop, you can buy more because you've done diligence on them and you feel like they're going to do well into this next cycle.
Yeah.
And Injective is a great project.
Yeah, I have Injectives like a percent of the portfolio, but I do feel the same way. I don't have enough. Someone's asking, my wife's paycheck is the dry powder. You're damn right. You're damn right. We're in this as a team, and we make it by with what I can make here. just barely, but her going to work is going to give us that extra push to really buy a ton of crypto. And I have a short time frame. I feel like I'm going to be buying heavy until November, and then I'll still be snooping around and adding to the portfolio into like January, maybe February, if things haven't really taken off yet. But time is really kind of running out, you guys, for my time frame of comfortable stacking here. I'll show you why again. How long do we got on this? This is the Bitcoin halving in relevance to Bitcoin dominance falling off a cliff. And I'm going to do a quick measurement.
How did you get the color gradient on there?
I don't know. I found it somehow.
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. I just click buttons. We got about 120 days, I'd say, until good times come for altcoins. And this is just going off the metric for anyone that's kind of newer to crypto. This is a Bitcoin dominance graph showing how much of the market Bitcoin is dominating in terms of market cap. And we've seen historically 231 days after each halving, this thing just drops like a rock. And it's happened the second halving and the third halving. So I'm thinking history is going to rhyme, not exactly repeat. I think it's going to front run it a little bit. Maybe like 200 days from this last halving we got until things get real juicy. And that thought process just comes from this traditional finance adoption of crypto at large. The masses are going to realize it quicker and sooner. This market, they are not here yet. The Google search for Bitcoin still in the gutter. A huge shout out to you guys for joining me on this stream. Smash the like. Have we passed? What amounts of likes are we at right now? We're almost at 100. If you guys smash the like, give me over 100 for it. And appreciate all of you for joining us when the times are hard, because this is where legends are made. Leaning into the pain and the boring times of crypto markets is where I have changed my life in an amazing way. Now I have land, now I have chickens, now I have the voice from the woods that I dreamt of last bull market when I was psycho-handing a massive bag of crypto and working 3 jobs to keep my house. I had a beautiful house that I had to hold on to. They kicked me out of a company I helped build because I wouldn't take the jab. And I held on to that for dear life, and I held on to my crypto bags for dear life up until ETH hit 4,500 bucks, and I had to take profits. And really, I'm really blessed to have a wife that works with me on the research side and is very plugged into crypto. I know a lot of people can't share the same thing, but you can start the process by showing them the value of your dollar falling off of a cliff. And if you show them that, leave crypto out of the conversation. For someone that is completely out of the loop when it comes to Bitcoin or DeFi or any of this stuff, just start with the simple statistical fact of inflation. Remind them how much you could buy 4 years ago versus how much you can buy today. And the idea of a loss of value in the dollar is really what helps spur me to be looking at Bitcoin in a more serious manner. And really, now that I'm so focused on the debt spiral that's going on the US dollar, I am dead set on escaping the US dollar and getting it out of fiat into crypto, real estate, hard iron goods, all of those different things. And shout out to everyone that's watching on X. We got 650 people watching on X. If you're out there, reshare the stream, you guys. And we just did put in an application to create memberships on X, where I will be giving you direct, and I'm also going to start doing this in the Discord, direct timeframes of my entry points on different trades on 2bit and soon to be on CoinW, where you can get in on the action, see exactly what I'm doing, and we'll have access to Telegram, which Josh is helping build out with 8 full-time traders that literally live and breathe trades on a scalp trade basis, on a larger time frame trade basis, where all of the information for anyone that wants to learn will be easily and readily available. It is very, very exciting times. And to shout out to Elevator Man and Green Day Profits for dropping the memberships for people to get this information out. You guys are keeping the lights on for me. You're keeping my family fed. And I am extremely grateful to have this opportunity over the last few years to express what I see in crypto. We did, you're damn right, call the bottom at $16,000 per Bitcoin. I have a video of it that I actually just came across on my phone because I was going through deleting all the apps and all the extra videos to make space for, I have a lot of crypto apps that I use. And I have the video. This is where diamonds are forged. It was in the rough. We were at $16,000, all these dumbasses upstairs were saying, we're going to $10,000. This is what's going to happen. You're dead wrong. We've been dead on this entire time, and I appreciate every single one of you for hoisting us up and keeping our voice going out there on the interwebs. Kelly, it was a fantastic stream. Hopefully I didn't get you on the road to a heart attack with all the information about banks going under, but you know, this trade thing, are you going to get in another trade with me? It looks like it's trying to roll over and come to my spot here.
I'm always looking for those opportunities, man. I think, and also I will say this. This is one of the most frustrating parts of the market cycle to trade in. It's about to get really super duper exciting when we do start to break above not only 65, but about 69 and then 74. Once we start getting to that parabolic uptrend, it's very important right now, I think, for any of you all that are participating in, you know, Signals Lab that I have with my CoinW partnership, with all the stuff we're doing, with what you're doing with Josh, CoinW. But go in, and this is the time to get some really sharp cutting of your teeth, so you know really how to engage with this market when it does break out, because the most money on the trading side is about to really explode here in the very near future. I'm very bullish on this market. And you know what? Banks on the cusp of failure, as bad as that sounds, because I'm a capitalist and I want these markets to explode higher, I don't want national debt to go up, but at the same time, looking at my assets, if they do print more money, and I'm already positioned in Bitcoin and positioned in crypto, you're going to benefit from that. So
let the system collapse into you, right? That's a great way to look at it. Appreciate all you. I'm going to go hit the gym now, and hopefully I get my entry point on my trade. I'll let you guys know in the Discord as soon as it hits, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Take care.
Later, Jeff.
Peace. Bye, Jeff.